I was working at the church, but was offered the opportunity to start to write restaurant reviews. As I was doing that, I started to notice things that I would have never noticed before. First, how isolated the industry was, how few and the weird hours that they worked compared to everyone else. Second, stumbled across the statistic that it's the largest industry in the nation. And then the third piece was the incredible level of need and the incredible level of stress that folks in the industry lived with.
You work when everyone else is off. You work on holidays, you work on weekends, you work late into the night.
It's not always a great industry for a family.
The pay isn't always there. There's really not very many benefits.
And people will say some things to you that you would not believe. And sometimes people treat you like a servant, not a server.
It is a very demanding, emotional job.
I cared enough about these people that I didn't feel like I could just walk away from that. And so that was the beginning of the sense of something needs to be done. Hopefully someone's first experience of Big Table is going to be they're invited to a dinner. No charge, no strings attached.
They're the types of dinners that we in the industry never get to eat.
They've cooked it, they've served it, but they've never sat down and been fed and been served.
The best food I've ever had in my whole life, ever.
It's like getting to go to the prom or something really special.
What's different about Big Table is we really use community to care for people in the industry. And that starts a lot of times with the dinners. We hand out a comment card that says, do you know anybody in the industry that's in crisis or needs help?
The person in need is not actually asking for the help. It's maybe their coworker.
It's actually pretty powerful to be given that opportunity to say, here's someone that I know that could use help.
I would know if someone's always asking for help all the time because you're with them for 7 hours a day. If someone else is saying that person needs some help, it adds a little credibility and you really see there's a need there. I really like that.
The industry is incredibly relational. And I think one of the failures that I've seen with programs that try to meet needs directly is that there's not a level of trust that's been built up to the point that anyone would even let them know what those needs are.
We aren't a hotline. We don't take calls directly from people that need help. It has to be a referral. And that starts the community. It starts the community of people wanting to care for each other. And that's where it begins.
I was driving around a car that did not go in reverse. And it was a convertible, and at some point in the summer, the top stopped going up. So I went to my second interview at Comolini's and pulled right into a spot, knowing I would not be able to pull myself out. And I had my interview, it went very well, and my bosses now, Lori and Desiree, saw me trying to push my car out of the spot. A couple of weeks later, I got a phone call from Jill Lemon.
I said, hey, I hear you've got this need. And she said, oh, I really think someone might be more worthy. And I said, well, why don't you tell me about your car? And she goes, well, it doesn't have reverse, so I have to be real careful where I park. And the top won't stay up, so when it rains, it's pretty tough. And I said, gosh, Nicole, I think this car is for you.
We continued to correspond, and a couple of weeks later, Kevin and Jill delivered a car to my family.
And they all came running out the door, so excited. And they jumped in the car and they started it up. And Clayton, her oldest son, says, Mom, try R, and see if it works. So they went 5 feet backwards, and then they pulled forward, and they all clapped their hands, and just pure joy.
They actually came here for me and surprised me. They showed up as about 8 or 9 people. For some reason, my wife had been coming in. I think she was going to bring me a coffee. So they asked her to come over to the table, and they said, hey, we're from Big Table. This actually is for you. And it was clothes, diapers, wipes, all things that we pretty badly needed.
I didn't realize that people could be a part of your life like that with such genuine care.
I about cried. My wife was crying. It was crazy. It was quite overwhelming, to be honest with you. It was, yeah, I was severely overwhelmed.
I love that people can come and be cared for with no strings attached, that we really get to be the hands and feet of Christ and show God's love just where they are.
This business is so busy that you forget about some of the things that people need. And Big Table's there because they don't forget that's what they're about. It's our responsibility to support them and to give them the resources to do their job.
It meant a lot to me to be able to support Big Table because I know they support my industry so well.
My staff and I spend a lot of time in hotels and restaurants across the United States. This became a way for us to serve people that have served us.
It's a way for us to declare our values. That's the best way that I can put it.
I hope for Big Table that we really can reach Kevin's dream of being in every big city nationally.
I felt from the very beginning that the vision for Big Table was much larger than what I could ever accomplish on my own. But that's part of the reason it feels so much fun, is because I can't do it by myself, and I need companies and I need individuals to invest and to care, to come alongside us, to take something that is so remarkable in the way it transforms lives and expand that to other folks.
We see the need, and we feel lucky enough to be part of a great organization that has seen the need and taken that to the next level. They've acted on it.
We're all in on this deal, and it's going to be fun to see really where it takes off.
This is an opportunity for me to help an industry that has accepted me as one of its members and people that I love and care about.
You can feel a need no matter who you are or what you have to offer. There's something for you to be able to do.
A Big Table lives in every essence of my being these days. Big Table has changed everything for me.